Hi all, last week I said I wanted to do a post about reading The Love Tank as an adult, and I realized there's a lot to say and a lot of messages and a lot of resources that I would like to share with parents to be able to discuss with their children maybe when they're reading The Love Tank. But so I'm gonna chunk it up. I'm not gonna do just one post, but this is, I guess, number one in a series of posts that talking about how to read the Love Tank as an adult and maybe messages and resources that are helpful. Um, so first of all, I think I'm gonna direct your attention to these pages over here, where our protagonists are basically engaging in different ways to fill other people's love tanks and their own love tanks. So it's this page over here that starts with, now imagine a superpower container, and the next one too, because giving away love to others does not drain your love tank, it fills it up. And basically what came to mind when I was thinking about the messages and the resources that I could share with you related to the book is this book for adults that's called The Five Love Languages. And there's actually, well, the this book is really talks about couples relationships, but there's also a version that's written by the same author with a co-author that talks about the five love languages of children. And I will link a blog entry about this, and also I will link the resources or to these books in the blog. So anyway, this book, The Five Love Languages of Love, or The Five Love Languages for Children specifically, talks about how um, we all express love and understand love in different languages. So, for example, I am a very touchy-feely person, and I express love with hugs, with kisses, and just touching people. Versus someone like my daughter, for instance, Olivia, she also loves hugs and kisses, but I think one of her main languages is gift giving. So she always brings me little flowers, little stones, or anything that represents a gift, and I think it's her way of telling me that she's been thinking about me when she's away. So, and gift giving is definitely not one of my fortes. So I have to really consciously try to express love in the way that she understands love. So I'm also thinking about how I can give her little things, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy or expensive, so that she feels love. Because that's one of the points that this book makes, is that we one of the one of the reasons that people might not feel loved is because we're not talking their language. So realizing how other people express love and making an effort to express it in the way that they understand love is important. And so I basically also wanted to share with you, and I guess the last thing that I'm going to say about the book is that one of the great things about this book specifically is that it helps you recognize what your child's. It has tips on how to recognize what your child's love languages are, and kind of tips on how to express love in those love languages too. So I found it really useful. I actually found this book because I was Googling, after I wrote the Love Tank, I was Googling Love Tank books to make sure that there's no other books that are called the Love Tank. And I ran into this book because it mentions the concept of an emotional tank or a love tank that can be filled when people express love the way that we understand love. But it's a really good book, and so it talks about three or five, sorry, different languages, and I wanted to show you, because again, you might be able to talk about this with your children and how to express love to others, etc., or how others may be expressing love to them or you. And so, for example, here, let me go back to this page. When the mom is hugging the girl, it's right, the physical touch kind of love. And maybe petting the cat, it's physical touch. And here there's the boy um, kissing and hugging grandpa is physical touch. So that's one of the love languages. Another one is receiving gifts. So here we see, for instance, the girl giving a gift to the boy, and that's a language of love. Or the boy giving a flower to the mom, so that's a little gift too. A third kind of love is acts of service. So here, for instance, we see the boy watering the plants, which could be an act of love towards the plants, but also to whoever's job is alleviated, or a burden of job is alleviated by not having to water the plants. So he's helping out, and here, like she's bringing tea to her grandma, so that's also maybe an act of service. And then finally, there's two more: quality time. So I was thinking here, maybe like they're reading together and spending quality time. So that's another language of love, doing fun things or quality time with your loved ones. And then finally, words of affirmation, which is not necessarily depicted in the book. But, there's always the discussion of, for instance, when this girl is petting the cat, is she using, what kind of words she's using, etc. So words of affirmation is, using nice words, or, saying I love yous, expressing how the other person, the good qualities about the other person, etc. So I just wanted to share that all with you. Again, I'm going to keep posting about different little messages and resources related to the love tank that you can draw on as an adult to be able to discuss with your children more. And I hope that was useful to you. And if you feel inclined, please share in the comments what do you think your love language is, and how is it different from your kids' love language, and maybe things that you could do to try to express love in your kids' love languages. Thank you so much.